Hello and welcome to the second episode of ZeroCool's HardDrive. I'm Berg, I'll be your host this week. With me as always are Dunkel and a man who would walk 1,507 miles instead of 1,000 just to fall down at your door, Houseman.
I do
Today-
proclaim as such.
Today, the randomizer gods have chosen for us 1989 and All Dogs Go to Heaven. This movie was directed by Don Bluth, and the top billed cast are Burt Reynolds, Dom DeLuise, and Vic Tayback. But before we dive into the movie, I'll give it to Houseman for some 1980 pop culture stories.
Well, so first we're going to start with the news stories, then we'll go in a little bit about the actual movie we're talking about today. So just a few select news stories, maybe a little bias showing in it, but the Game Boy released that year. In fact, sold 40,000 units on its first day, which is kind of crazy.
That is kind of crazy. I'm sure people were lined up. People line up for everything.
I think I may have got it like a couple years after the fact, but it was a solid machine.
We had one of the gray bricks I don't know when we got it, but we had one of those gray bricks. And then I had the Pokemon one eventually, the Pokemon Game Boy Color.
Yeah, but the crap part was you had to keep like C and D battery, or what was it, C batteries on hand?
I feel like ours
was
was
double A's.
Ours was double.
A's.
Ours was double A, I think.
It was like 4 of them though.
Yeah, it was 4 AA batteries.
Just absolutely burned through those things like nobody's business.
Correct.
Tetris be hitting hard, man.
And for better or for worse, in that year, Mr. Tim Berners-Lee, a British scientist working at CERN, invented the World Wide Web.
Which is probably for the worse, but we're here doing stuff on the World Wide Web now, so.
Yeah, so what led us to this website, this recording, was Mr. Tim Berners-Lee, apparently. So there we go, World Wide Web. And then
right. It was the Illuminati. It wasn't Tim That's made up name.
To appease those sports fans out there, Wayne Gretzky that year officially became the NHL leading scorer.
And went on to be the leading everything in every part of hockey ever invented.
Pretty much now when you think hockey, you think Wayne Gretzky.
Well, he's like scorer, assists, a bunch of other stuff. He's like most of the things.
If you there's like a weird stat that if you take away all of his goals scored, he would still lead the league in points.
Yeah.
Cheapers.
Just on the assists, right? Yeah.
Yep.
I think he has all his teeth still too, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Which is crazy. I don't know how you get that many points in hockey. And keeping all your teeth.
Alexander Ovechkin just passed him in goals, I believe. And apparently years ago, Gretzky was joking about like, oh, if you ever pass me in points, like I'll buy you a car. And when he passed him, he brought it up. He's like, oh, am I going to get that car? No, I'm not doing that.
Oh, Gretzky.
That's because cars these days cost too much money.
Right.
Yeah, so that was the news of 1989. Some pretty big stuff happened that year. World Wide Web. World would not be the same without it. Let's be honest with ourselves.
No, it definitely would not.
But let's get back into the movie. So, as you pointed out, Berg starred Burt Reynolds as Charlie, kind of our protagonist here. Dom DeLuise, his little sidekick, Itchy.
Who has one of the best voice acting voices, I think, for sure.
And Vic Tayback, which had somewhat of an odd career before this, is Carface. So kind of like the mafioso type antagonist of this movie. Mean-looking pit bull that loved to smoke.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't he just a bulldog?
Something like that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought he was just a bulldog. I could be wrong, too, though. I saw him as like an American bulldog, but...
So the budget for this movie was $13.8 million, grossed $27 million worldwide. It made money, but I mean...
Not a lot.
Not a ton. But more notably, the gentleman who was responsible for this film, Don Bluth, was actually a former Disney alum, kind of working on some of the original Disney animations when they were big. He actually led a walkout from Disney with some other animators, and they went on to form their own studio. And their first movie at that studio was actually The Secret of Nim, which apparently was like
The Secret of Nim.
Yeah. It's might have to be something we check out eventually, but
is that apparently about a mouse, isn't it?
Something like that, like a City of Mice. But apparently it was a box office just flop. But it kind of garnered somewhat of a cult following, I guess, over the years.
I think most of his cartoon movies are cult followings.
I think so.
Which
is what I was getting into.
Yeah.
Some of his other notable movies: An American Tail, Five Foot Goes West. Loved that movie as a kid. Land Before Time. I think it made
that one's not so. That one's probably pretty. Like, they had to have made money on Land Before Time.
I think it made more tears than any other movie for little kids. That's for sure.
They also made like 7 of them.
That's true.
Spoilers.
Only the first one counts.
Oh my gosh! If you haven't seen, speaking of that, I was thinking about that too. Spoilers. If we spoil anything for you, it's your fault because it's been 30 years for most of these movies.
So Land Before Time, yeah, Rockadoodle, Anastasia, and surprisingly to me, I was just looking it up today, Titan AE, which actually was not a bad movie. I kind of like
no,
that
that
movie.
one's a good one.
I did not
Rockadoodle was
picture
a
an
okay
former
one.
Disney alum making that kind of movie.
Yeah, a lot darker cartoons though. I feel like even Anastasia, I felt like isn't that like a darker one about
Yeah, that was like
Russian
communist Russia or something,
right? Yeah,
I think
the Russian family, the Russian royal family, or something like that.
Yeah, definitely darker themes. I mean, granted, Disney dipped into some of those, but he tended to explore those a little more. I think
Disney didn't really go dark after they did Black Cauldron.
Yeah, I think they learned their lesson. All right. But as far as that year in movies go, just to give a kind of comparison of what we were looking at in that year, Rain Man won the Best Picture Oscar that year. I've watched that. Pretty good, yes. Mr. Dustin Hoffman, Mr. Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
200 and something toothpicks. Can't remember the number.
No, wasn't it like 195 or because it was less than what was in the box or something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
I can't remember exactly.
Jodie Foster won Best Actress for her role in The Accused. The synopsis for that movie was a little, we'll say, more than PG-13 rated, so
probably
I'll just keep that. I'll keep that.
I kind of remember what it's about,
there.
but I don't know if I've ever actually seen it.
Well, she won a Oscar for it, so congratulations, Jodie Foster.
Nice.
But I think that brings us back into our movie of the year.
Movie of the year.
So who wants to kick us off for this marvelous animated picture?
Well, coming out of it, Garth had the strongest opinions. I'd like to hear what he has.
Oh my gosh, I have way too many opinions about this movie.
Okay, Bird, shall we set the scene first before we talk about the movie?
First of all, what do you mean set the scene? Like where they're
Well,
at?
I don't know. How does our movie start? Should we set the scene, kind of get into like, hey...
I was going to start with how the movie starts because until later, I didn't understand that they were in a dog pound trying to escape it. I didn't understand that.
Yeah.
Until they said that he was on death row, and I was like, oh, that's why they were shooting at him. But like, that was
the like underground
crazy
mine or whatever.
Opening scene.
Yeah. What do you mean? New Orleans in 1939. It's an aggressive time.
Is that what it was set in?
Yeah.
In 1939?
I didn't catch the year.
Yep.
Well, if it was 1939, I have even more problems with it then.
It doesn't say it, I don't think, in the movie much, but yeah, it was 1939.
Yeah, dogs with spotlights on them getting shot at.
So but like, why would they shoot at the dogs? Like, no, name one dog pound even back then that would have been shooting dogs that were trying to escape.
I mean, it's 1939. You know, let's not judge the times.
Also, what were they shooting with? A cannon? Did you see the craters that were left in the ground? Every shot.
Yep. And then
there's like a huge crater and it like blew the fence apart. So they that's how they escaped.
He's like, oh, I'm itchy. Come over here, help me out. And then he blows a hole in the fence. He's like, all right, well, I guess I can get out now.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's one thing I want to know. Like, for the most panicky dog, he was just playing that so like nonchalantly with the itching, just like, oh, I itched.
Oh yeah,
dude, like a 20 millimeter cannon is shooting at you right now,
blasting at it,
and you got to stop to itch. And Charlie's like, this guy is useless, and having to drag him along.
Right.
Okay, so you didn't like the opening scene. Where did it take you from there?
So then they went to the bar of degenerates.
Yes,
I think it went right to the degenerate bar.
That is the
most Isley of dogs, basically. Yeah, I mean, just like and that like craziness of like drinking beers, smoking, gambling on rat races.
Yep, that's one thing that stood out to me is like you look at any animation these days, they don't have whether it be a dog, a human, or whatever, just absolutely getting smashed, smoking cigars,
right?
Yep,
gambling steaks apparently,
right? I wrote that down. Where would they get all the steaks from?
That's a good question.
Where are these dogs getting perfect cuts of steaks from to bet on these races?
I mean, I think there are more plot holes to question than that one.
Sure. Yeah, there's a lot. I did want to bring up though, this movie's rated G.
Nice. Is it really rated G?
It's rated G, so that's everyone. I looked up how that's possible because I wanted to know. So apparently, movies keep their rating no matter what, unless they get re-released or like remastered and brought to the public more widely. But then they have to resend it to like the MPAA, I think it is like a movie association to get re-rated. So as long as they don't do any of that, it keeps the G rating.
No wonder. So that's why a lot of them don't go back and do like the touch-ups or anything, because then they'll have to resubmit it.
Well, and seeing some of those sitcoms, like it's like you wouldn't get away with some of that stuff today.
You wouldn't get
Oh,
away with
no.
this whole movie today.
Oh yeah, no, like I said, you think of an animated movie in 2026, just
This
bunch
movie
of
would be
dogs
like
drinking, smoking, gambling steaks.
at least this probably be PG-13, I would guess.
Easily.
There's murder. There's murder.
Yeah, they talk about murder. They talk about lust.
True, yeah.
And they talk about a bunch of very adult things in this children's movie.
I mean, there literally was a character named Killer.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah. Who was? He was just a weird character too.
that was just a double nomer because he wasn't very killer looking.
Yeah, he wasn't exactly curious.
And they had this. Yeah, I can't. I had the voice artist name I was looking up earlier, but yeah, just totally not somebody to expect to be vicious. It's like this kind of like meek, almost Woody Allen like voice for him.
Yeah, it was very very weird. But also he was crazy though, because he was talking about like getting him with the pliers or something like that. And I was like, this thing is a psycho. Like,
Yeah,
I don't even know what kind of dog it was supposed to be, but it's a psycho thing.
well, yeah, he was like going all out. He's like, hey, slow down, guy. So yeah, apparently though, I guess the story is this Charlie is somehow indebted to Carface, or
No,
they
were
his partner.
No.
They were partners, and then he got sent to jail. I guess.
Well, no,
quotations, whatever you want to call it.
They set him up to go to jail.
Oh, that's right, because they
'Cause
wanted
he-
his cut of the business.
Yeah, and then they found out he was back, and then he's like, "Well, now we got to find a way to get rid of him again." And he's like, "All right, we'll just sell your half of the company, and then it'll be good, and I'll give you a big old surprise at the end." The big old surprise was a bumper to the face.
Was a car, which is
Yeah.
crazy. I get that he's Carface, but like him like pretending to drive in like what you would call virtual reality with the camera, like I was like, okay, he's Carface, so he's just like a dog who wants to be a person driving. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
I-
is either that
I'm
or a
lost
pun
on this.
Is either that or a pun on Scarface.
Well, I'm sure
Oh,
that was also
Mob Boss,
part of
yeah.
it. Yeah.
One of the big notes I made was brutal way to take him out. I mean, just
Yes.
literally like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, let's just. It is so premeditated too. Just like,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
gonna let this car roll down the dock. Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah, I wrote down crazy plot for a kids movie because it's literally just like a revenge fantasy of Charlie to get back at Carface, like the whole movie.
Yeah.
pretty much.
And then he
Like, that's a
redeemed
crazy plot for a kids movie.
I did have the question though, how they got the car there? Because like, wasn't that the car in Carface's like?
I think so. I don't know.
It might
There's
have
so
just been
many-
the car of the time because it looks like Henry Ford. Like it looks like one of the first
Yeah.
Fords. And given it's 1939, it's probably
Yeah,
just the car of the
yeah.
time.
Yeah,
who
it
knows?
probably was just there. You're right.
Yeah.
There's so many plot holes in this movie. It's unbelievable.
What's Henry's line? You can have any color as long as it's black. It's all the same car.
Right.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
So instead of like kind of cut to a scene saying, "Oh, everything's all right," nope, dog actually died. They don't mince words.
Yeah,
Suddenly, some presence, not sure what it was.
I like how they segued into like the death into heaven too, where just like a bunch of watery bubbles and you just kind of up there and then he just meets this random lady and then just start yelling at each other.
Right. And this is another huge problem I have. So all dogs go to heaven. I get it. That's the title of the movie. But when he gets up there, she goes, well, all dogs go to heaven because they're loyal and they're good and they're dogs. And then she starts reading his book and she's like, I don't see any loyalty or goodness at all in your book. So, put your paw print here so you can go to heaven.
Mm-hmm.
What do you,
like-
what? What do you mean?
Scumbags welcome.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, and not to like skip too much, but like at the very end, Carface also goes to heaven. So like, what the heck are we doing here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's what I want to know. However, what was it? I think it was Wendy pointed out. So there was that scene, right, where they're like going through like the clocks and everything like that.
Yep.
Mhm.
So I don't know if you noticed, but as they were panning through the clocks, there was actually a wristwatch that had Mickey Mouse on it with his arms as minute and hour hands.
Definitely.
Oh,
didn't
really?
notice that.
Yeah, I didn't know.
She noticed that. Yeah, a little nod to his former
I would
former
guess so.
alums there.
I'm surprised
Yeah.
he got away with it.
Oh, no, same, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's
That's
like, I mean, it was a
crazy.
big deal leaving Disney, and then to come in and like, hey, here's your Mickey
Right.
Mouse.
And then just to all you have to do is wind the clock so it starts ticking again. Like,
Yeah.
that's and then he just shoots you back to Earth, I guess.
Yeah, just like back and forth. Why not? Why not?
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So then he gets back and he meets the girl, Squeaker. He calls her the whole time. I don't remember if she has an actual name.
Yeah, I think it was Anne Marie, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
Anne-Marie.
that
Anne-Marie's
sounds-
her name.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's right.
And-
I was like,
Well,
she called
'cause-
her Squeaker for like the whole movie, so I just
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
'cause those-
that was his way of getting back to Carface, because he went back and they find the little girl and they can find out that she can talk to animals. So then they use the
Yeah.
little girl for the betting on animal
Right,
races.
yeah, the betting. Yeah.
oh, the-
Speaking of the betting that they do when they go there and like they help her pretend that she's older, the
Mhm.
bet they make, they don't say how much money they put down, but they have like a stack of cash.
Mm-hmm.
So just saying that was like $100.
Mm-hmm.
It was 1,000 to 1 odds. That was $100,000 bet.
was it like 5,000 to 1 or something?
I'm pretty sure it was 1,000 because I wrote down that would have been $1,000 to win. So $100,000 to win. They would have won $100,000 on that one race that they bet on.
Yeah, that would have been like, I mean, may as well have been like named Rockefeller at the time, you know?
And then they
How
keep
much
on
money that
doing
was.
races after that too.
Right? And like that's being like I just put down $100 because it's easy round number, but like they had a whole stack of cash in their hand. Like,
Oh yeah, I was trying to do the mental math myself. I'm like, it's got to be at least be $100, right? Something like that. We'll say maybe $50.
yeah, dude. That's a crazy amount of money to have just ever. Even nowadays, that's a crazy amount of money to win on a bet. Like,
Well, I mean, absolutely. They did use the winnings to build an entire bar. So
yeah, an entire bar that nobody notices out in the junkyard.
yeah, which you leave one den of degenerates to just basically create your own den of degenerates.
Yeah,
it's like,
because he wanted dancing girls.
Well, it's like,
Yeah,
how did they build it? Who paid for it? Like, there's just this little girl going to a construction company.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean they show Itchy somehow operating a crane, so I mean that's part of it.
Yeah, they navigate that barrier between humans and dogs weird.
Yeah, that was one of
bring
my
that
big
up,
problems
Dunkel,
with
like-
this world is I just don't understand the concept of how this world that Don Bluth was building, like, it doesn't make sense.
I don't understand
like-
the dynamics.
None of
Like,
them, like the dynamics don't make sense here.
They built
Mhm.
a bar that was like super lit up. I mean, it had like the dang lighthouse lamp
Right.
at the top of it.
Mhm.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
nobody's gonna know. Like, hey, what's that new thing over there in the junkyard with the big neon sign?
Right?
Like, what is that?
Crazy. One thing I do want to touch on is Burt Reynolds shouldn't sing, and all the songs were not good.
Yeah, I think
They were very weird songs. I
my
don't know,
mental note was he was trying to do his best Frank Sinatra. I think
Mm.
that's
Said
what it
he
sounded like.
Should not sing.
I don't think
Oh,
he
no.
should sing at all. No.
He
The only
is-
song that was somewhat memorable was the first one. You Can't Keep a Good Dog Down, I think is what they were singing most of the time.
Yep.
But even that, he was mostly just like talking.
Yeah,
How,
it's-
how
Like it was
old
like
Bert?
the talk singing, and then like with Dom DeLuise like helping out a little bit in there, but it wasn't like a good it's not good.
well, he wanted to be Frank Sinatra, but I think he ended up being Dean Martin drunk in a lounge. This is kind of how it came
yeah.
off.
It is kind of how it came off. Yeah. To me, it felt like they were trying to like come up with that hit song that was gonna go against like Little Mermaid. I think came out the same year, so like Under the Sea versus Can't Keep a Good Dog Down. Like you're gonna lose in that battle.
I didn't
Well, and
realize
I
he
think-
was 52 at the time of this movie. Even.
Who? Don Bluth?
Bert.
Bert.
Oh,
Yeah,
Burt Reynolds,
89.
yeah.
Yeah, he was pretty old then, wasn't he?
Mhm.
That was kind of past his Smokey and the Bandit and heydays.
Yep, for sure. What was that? I stopped writing notes for a little bit.
Because you're just enjoying yourself.
I was not enjoying myself whatsoever.
Well, to kind of
Oh.
go on the singing, like, I want to get your guys' take on this, because to me it seemed like they were almost trying to compete with Disney on the singing, because the songs felt shoehorned in.
But yeah, that's why they were forced for sure. They were forced in there.
Yeah,
It just feels like what you do with animation at the time. Like it was the easiest way to get people into it. I think it's shortly after when musicals were kind of the big movies anyway.
Right. One of the things I noticed though was like the songs, the music started after they started singing.
yeah, it was kind of like this talk singing
timing.
into like the music
Yeah,
starting.
It was like the timing was off in the
Mhm.
edit room. I don't know exactly what but yeah, it was kind of crazy.
But to me though, it's like, right, I'm Don Bluth. I lead this walk off of Disney. I go to form my own animation studio, presumably to like return to classic animation or whatever else, But then I just go right back into the tropes of, well, we got to have a few songs in here for the kids.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, no, you're making a movie about degenerate gambling dogs who drink and smoke constantly.
Yep, and
you don't have to worry about the
They love
songs.
betting for some reason. I don't understand that either.
I think they just they looked at a list like, what makes it degenerate? Okay, drinking, smoking, gambling, check. Let's go.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, going farther into the movie, the first dream of hell, I guess you could call it hell. I guess. I mean, that's what it's supposed to be, I would imagine.
The underworld. Yeah.
But like with Chiron the boatman as a dog,
it got dark.
I mean, it's a very dark scene. It was a super dark scene. But like it was like Chiron, and then they have like the big demon thing. But why does hell exist when all dogs go to heaven?
Well, exactly, right. It's kind of that big plot hole they left there.
Right. I was like, okay, so that's weird. Why would they, if all dogs go to heaven, why would there even exist a hell?
Well, and the big demon or whatever you were talking about, like, was a dog.
Yeah, it was a dog. Yeah.
At least relatively dog shaped.
So it was dog hell.
Yeah. Presumably, this was not human hell.
Yeah. All the little demon things that it was like breathing fire and summoning were all like dog-esque looking things. So like it exists in this plane of reality that we've made here.
I couldn't remember.
The animation
was there a specific breed they had for all the demon dogs?
No, they were like, how would you put it? Like a bastardization of a dog, basically. That was more like a dog gargoyle almost.
Yeah, dog gargoyle bat mix almost the way they portrayed it.
Something like that. But that
but the boatman scene, that animation, like, man, that got like
that animation was good. It was really good.
It was
animation.
good, but it was like dark.
Oh yeah, it was very
like
dark.
In that way. Heavy metal might have been dark, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like that kind of just 80s gritty, like grotesque scenery. It's like, whoa, this shifted gears fast.
Yeah, very fast. And I thought it was interesting though because he had that dream in a church. So I don't know if Don Bluth was trying to like throw some religious type things in there with him having a dream of hell and going to hell when he was in the church.
Maybe. Don was scared of Doggy Hill. Who knows?
Right. There was I think it happened in the church, and it happened a couple times. Did you guys notice the really weird like fade in and outs that were like spirals?
I didn't notice. No.
So like they in a bunch of scenes they had like PowerPoint-esque fade outs that were just like a spiral, like a black spiral. and then it would change to the next scene.
Well, God, now that you're saying that, now I want to go back and actually
Yeah, it happens a few times, and I caught it. It was later because it was more towards the end of my notes. So I was like, "What are these weird fade outs? Why are we?" It's a cartoon, so you don't need it to fade in and out. Just go to the next scene.
Yeah,
just go to the next. It's just a cartoon. Just go to the next. But yeah, there was like a weird spiral that would fade in and out.
I wonder if it was almost like one of those Disney holdovers, right? Where being former Disney alum, they just couldn't shake it. Like,
right, that's good.
They wanted to start their own animation studio.
Right, crazy. Then after the church, they don't really do a whole lot.
That's about the time they already have the little girl, right?
Yeah, they have her. She was gonna leave because Charlie was spending all the money on himself, so he went and bought 4 pizzas with his $100,000.
Yeah, with for the little orphan puppies, right?
Yeah,
and that's when he has the nightmare.
That's when he has the nightmare. And then, I didn't write a lot of notes after the doghouse part, but I did get to the part where they were building that plan to get the girl back, Carface and Killer, and he was like, "Oh, but I have a gun." And I don't know if you guys remember the gun that he had. So he described, I can't remember how he described it.
The Flash Gordon.
Yeah, the Flash Gordon. So
laser blaster or something like that.
I figured what we were going to see was like, do you guys know what a zip gun is?
That was like Germany? Tiny guns, wasn't it?
No, there was like, maybe I'm thinking of the wrong thing, but there was this type of gun that they used to make back in the day that was a kid's toy, but it had a really powerful spring and it could actually really kill something because it would fire metal balls. So that's what I thought he was talking about. Cut to that scene. It's an actual laser gun shooting lasers.
Someone explain that.
In 1939.
Yes. And what also struck me about that, I've made a very good note of this scene. So he shoots Charlie. Yes. He clearly shoots Charlie.
Yep, he shoots him.
Charlie is unscathed, apparently.
Yeah, because of the clock.
Yeah, because he wound his clock.
Because he's undead.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. He can't actually die unless his clock runs out.
See, because it was later in that scene, some watermelons go flying up. He shoots them and they explode.
This is zip gun.
Yeah, that's a zip gun. Yeah, some of those had too powerful of a spring, and you could actually really hurt somebody back in the day. I'm pretty sure, and the only reason I remember that is because there was an episode of Bones where that was the murder weapon.
Yeah, I think that might be what I'm remembering too. I remember some form of media mentioning someone dying by zip gun, and I don't think it was like an actual story.
Yeah, it was Bones. I'm pretty sure, but
Mm.
yeah, that's what I thought when he said that he had this cool Flash Gordon gun, but no, it's actual lasers. Like what? What?
Yeah, where?
Even if
they were using in the beginning.
Even if you don't know it's 1939, where did he get a laser gun from?
Like, I really want to see where this guy lives. I want to see, like, what else does he have? If he's got an actual laser Tommy gun, what else does he have up his sleeve?
Right. What did you guys think of the whole rats with the alligator?
With
the scene where they sing together and they're best friends?
Sweet harmony.
Yeah, exactly.
They live in sweet harmony in the bottom.
Exactly. So yeah, go ahead.
Oh, no, to kind of go back to that, I was hoping for a little more payoff with the relationship between Charlie and the crocodile, but they just kind of, I suppose it was getting towards the end of the movie. Maybe they needed to keep it, like, the studio's like, hey, you got to keep it short. But there wasn't a lot of build up to, like, Charlie and the crocodile becoming friends,
No, they just sang together and then he helps him out, and then the alligator shows up at the end somehow.
Which I was hoping there was going to be at least a little more story fleshed out there for the alligator to, like, suddenly be his friend. Crocodile, alligator, I know I'm using them interchangeably. Sorry, kids.
Right. One of the notes I made during that scene was probably because I'm not watching with the rose-colored glasses of youth, but Charlie asks Anne-Marie to tell him what those rats are saying, and she says, I don't know, they're speaking something funny. So that means that the animals that she talks to know English, but in animal talk, but those animals speak a different language in animal talk than she can understand, which would be not English. So it's like,
so if I'm to defend that part of the story, which I don't know why I should, I would say because they're uncivilized rats, right? They don't spend a lot of time around humans. So they're kind of like, we'll say feral, almost like feral rats, right?
Yeah, I suppose I could see that.
And so maybe the street savvy alligator comes in and is like, hey, all you feral rats, you're mine now. Let's make some sweet harmony.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Just seemed
that's my mental justification for it. Not that I need to defend it.
Seemed like a weird thing to add into there, but I guess that was just me.
But can we go back? Because this is one portion. And maybe times were different. Because, right, Dylan, as you were saying, it was taking place in 1939.
Yep.
So was it at the races where Anne-Marie first met, oh gosh, I can't remember their names.
Well, the couple?
The couple.
It was right before the race. That's who they got the money
Kate and Harold.
from.
Is that what it was?
Kate and Harold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was right before the race. They stole their money.
But what got me though was, so they were talking to her, right? Understanding her very clearly, obviously.
Yep.
Hey, where do you live? Where's your parents? I don't have any parents. I live in a junkyard. And they're just nonchalantly like, oh, okay. I guess this kid lives in a junkyard. Poor
She's
kid.
living in a fantasy world.
Pretty much, yeah. I think later on when she leaves Charlie, they do say something about, we'll let the authorities figure something out first, and then we'll talk basically about adopting this child now off the street.
Yeah, but I feel like that's almost a conversation they should have covered back then. Like, hey, should we maybe, like, I don't know, just grab a policeman or something and
right, they
have him at least look after the girl till she can find her family or something else.
Right, you would think so.
Like, now we're just gonna let the street urchin run.
Yep, let her
have fun
around.
scavenging for scraps.
Exactly.
Right, they're just okay with her being
pretty much
in the junkyard.
Okay with her
but
being in the
being in
junkyard.
39, right? Maybe that was a common thing. Maybe it was like, maybe just seeing a homeless kid was like pretty nonchalant. Like, oh, there's another homeless kid.
I mean,
good on you.
Definitely possible for that era, for sure.
So I was kind of bouncing back and forth between that. I mean, like, obviously today you'd go like, oh, hey, there's a missing kid.
Right.
Somebody,
call the cops, go to the police station. Yeah.
Somebody help, please.
For sure.
Well, and out of nowhere, when they get out of the alligator area, she just gets pneumonia.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yes.
she gets really sick. Yeah. Which is
almost
weird,
like another shoehorn set up into like Charlie's redemption, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was one of this. Yeah, that's one of my biggest problems with this. Charlie faces zero consequences for any of the bad stuff he does in this movie.
Oh,
Absolutely none.
What do you mean? He dies in the beginning. It's a consequence.
Well, I mean, does he really though?
He gets hit with a
He
car.
doesn't, though. He dies and he goes to heaven.
And then he just rewinds the watch and he's like, I'm back.
Yeah, he reads watch. And he manipulates that girl dog in heaven to make him go back there. So, okay.
Mhm.
But then, like, oh, well, he is going to go to hell because the demon has him. But the demon lets him go see Anne-Marie for some reason. And then the girl dog from heaven saves him from the demon. So where are the consequences for being a bad dog, I guess?
See, and that's the explanation I needed. Is like when he goes in to visit Anne-Marie when she's lying sick in the bed.
Yes.
Who let him there?
The demon dog. There's like a little clip where he comes in red and then the demon dog thing says Charlie, it's time to go or something along those lines, and then the girl dog from heaven comes and like melts the demon dog with
But it
some
made- it
kind
made
with
me
some kind
wonder,
of
like-
power, and she's like, Charlie, you get to go to heaven now. Why?
Like this demon
Save the
dog is not such a
girl.
bad guy. Like they totally did him dirty. It seems like, right? I mean, he was just like bringing Charlie up to see his friend one
Right.
last time.
Yep. And he gets
And
melted.
she just comes down and just full fury, like, you know what? No, you're getting disintegrated.
Yep.
That's all there is to
disintegrated.
it.
Just crazy.
I mean, he probably went back to Doggy Hill or whatever it was, but I'm like, dude, the guy was
Yeah.
just giving him his last chance to visit the little girl.
No, that was
Come on.
one thing I did. Charlie faces absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
Absolutely
of
no
all the things going on in this
consequences.
movie, he is like the one that doesn't have to face any consequences.
But then,
And
like
a
I said,
pickle,
at the end of the
rewind
movie,
watch.
Carface makes it back,
Yeah.
and then he steals a clock. I don't know if you guys kept watching because there's more a little bit after the credits.
There was?
Yeah, so
Yeah, 'cause he says
Carface.
he'll
Oh,
be
that's
back.
only a modern movie instinct
Yeah.
for me. Like I don't
Carface-
think to watch old credits after.
Carface grabs a clock and starts winding it, and that girl dog chases him, saying he can never come back, and he starts going back to Earth like Charlie did. And then Charlie looks at the camera, breaking the fourth wall, and goes, "He'll be back."
Mhm.
So no consequences for dogs ever.
Yes.
I think I do remember that actually.
And then there's a
that
second
he'll
movie.
be back line.
Absolutely no consequences ever for the dogs.
No, Dylan brings up a good point though. I think they had the second movie in mind as they were writing the first.
Yeah.
They totally set it up for a
Well,
sequel.
They knew,
I mean,
they knew
most-
we'll do good.
all
Let's
movies
be-
try to get a sequel. I mean, you got to try
Yeah.
to do something.
I suppose, like, right, it was
Yeah.
the day when it paid. It was the days when it paid to be shrewd and
Yeah.
kind of plan ahead for a sequel.
And we talked about this beforehand, but like the one weird factoid for me in this movie is when he goes back to say goodbye to the little girl, like what actually happened in real life during that time. With the little girl that was the voice of Anne-Marie, her dad took her life from her, and then Burt Reynolds had to record that scene after knowing that she had passed. And they were talking about how he had to sit in his audio recording room for quite a few tries to kind of get that whole scene out of saying goodbye, because for him it was saying goodbye for real.
Yeah, no, that was the one factoid I didn't want to mention about the movie, but like,
Mhm.
I suppose it bears
Yeah.
mentioning, right?
Yeah,
'Cause,
I mean,
like,
most
it
people.
was,
I'm sure most people have seen that on the internet anyway. At this
Yeah,
point,
which
in
is
time.
unfortunate that I think this movie, probably owes some of its fame to the unfortunate tragedy that happened around it.
Right. And I mean, like the background of that scene is sad, but the scene itself is not really. I don't know. I didn't find it to be that sad, to be honest with you.
No, without knowing that little moment, it makes you understand why he was so emotional within it, like
Yeah.
kind of adding to it.
Yeah, because I don't
I
know if you
think it
guys.
was-
I don't know if you guys noticed, because Charlie's really, really sad when the demon dog brings him, but as soon as the girl dog saves him, he like flips and he's like, "I'm good now." So then he has like a whole change in character and everything. He's not sad anymore.
Mhm.
I
I
think
go
to
into
your
heaven
point,
anyway.
It was those lack of consequences that kind of like
Yeah.
it didn't lend the emotional impact that scene needed. Because you're just like, he's a cool guy.
Yeah.
No, he's gonna drink, smoke, eat steaks.
He's
and
gonna get away
live
with it
carefree.
again. That way, Charlie.
Right.
He's gonna take advantage of a little girl and her ability to talk to animals, use her to make thousands of dollars, build a bar from it, and at the end he still goes to doggy heaven. Why not?
Yeah, my thinking was, because I didn't remember this movie at all. I probably saw it when I was a kid, but my thinking was he was going to actually go to hell and have to work his way back to heaven, which is why why there's a second movie. Was my thinking, but no, he just goes to heaven anyway. Who cares?
But it's almost as if his redemption was just, I'm going to visit the girl now that I've gone to doggy to hell.
Yeah, it's because he sacrificed his life. That's why they let him go back.
Yeah, I mean, kind of, right?
Because the angel dog, if you will, the entire time keeps on whispering to the watch, "You can never come back."
Yeah.
But let us not
Just
forget,
kidding,
though,
you can come back.
the reason he had to sacrifice himself for her was because he pulled her away from the home. They were gonna keep her. They were gonna speak to the authorities.
Yep.
They're gonna try to set up a doctor. He manipulated her out of that house.
He walked away coughing like, I guess I'll be okay without you.
Totally tugged at those heartstrings and absolutely manipulated her.
Wanted his money.
So it's hard to look at it as a redemption when it's like, you put her in that situation.
Yeah, no, I don't like it. The world, Don Bluth.
Yeah.
What were you thinking?
Again, Mr. Charlie just gets to do whatever he wants, carefree.
Pretty much. And Itchy gets just beat up.
Oh, poor Itchy. He just gets the worst of it. An entire bar full of dogs.
He's also not a good dog. We'll say that too. Itchy's also a bad dog. Like
he's a pretty loyal guy, though. You know,
he's loyal, but
guilty by association.
He's loyal and honest. He was honest, like Charlie wasn't. You know.
Yeah, I thought it was weird that when he gets like beat up by Carface and his gang, how they like gave him black eyes and bruises and stuff. Because like in real life, you wouldn't actually see that on a dog. You know, I just like to put the point across with the cartoon, but I was like, that's really dark.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna make sure you know that he got beat up.
Yeah.
Itchy's the one that needs like a break, you know. Charlie's getting all the breaks, but Itchy needs it.
Yeah, well, Itchy gets to live in the house at the end, so I guess.
And that dude had to be the bartender. Itchy, let's not forget, Itchy had to be the bartender in their bar.
Yep, Itchy was the bartender.
Yeah. While Charlie was off doing whatever he pleased, Itchy had to stay there.
Charlie was the boss.
Boss.
Yeah. I'm gonna say one more thing before we can give it the ratings. The fight scenes with Charlie, where he puts his dukes up instead of, fighting like a dog. Where he boxes the rest of the dogs.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, here comes a dog fight. Nope, we're gonna throw fists. Oh, okay.
Fisticuffs.
Mentally, I was thinking I wonder if Burt Reynolds wanted a scene like that, and they're like, "Hey, I'm Charlie."
I was like, that's all. I was like, that's all Burt Reynolds right there.
Yeah. You gotta give me a scene where I'm a scrapper. Yeah. I'm just kicking dudes' butts.
You're like, hold on, Don. What if they box?
Bert, this is an animated movie about dogs. Yeah, what if they, what if they scrap it out?
But what if they're boxer dogs?
Yeah, what if they box with fists?
I mean, they did some other puns on names there, so why not? They might as well have done that.
Might as well. Oh yeah. All right, I will do my rating first because mine's probably gonna be the lowest.
It's wild.
I gave it a 700 out of 1,507.
Wow, that is less than 50%.
It is. It's a 47% if you want to be exact.
That bad.
Yes.
It was 1989. Give the guy a break.
He was trying his best. Trying to shake those Disney laurels off.
Like I said, maybe it was because I'm old now. I don't know. I just couldn't get into it. I just couldn't. So 47%.
As the lottery gods choose our dates going forward, no more animated movies. Noted.
Hey, there's good animated movies.
There's a chance for it. Let's not rule it out.
Don Bluth could have his day in the sun eventually.
Exactly. Well, I guess to get onto my rating then, I'm going to give it a 1,007 out of 1,507. And the reason I'm giving it that rating is it actually did get some tears out of Wendy and Drake.
Oh, really?
At the end of the movie there. So, a little bit of a tearjerker at the end. Again, I didn't get the emotional weight of it because, like you said, zero consequences for people's actions. And the people who did need their comeuppance didn't get it.
So you gave it a 67. Not bad.
Yeah. I don't want to give it didn't want to give it an F. It deserves at least a D+.
Yeah, like what Garth did. I don't know. It's still 1150 for me. It's not the greatest animated movie. Maybe I'm hanging on to the nostalgic aspect of it because it was just one of those movies for me growing up. You go over to grandma's and you kind of hit it on repeat and it was just fun to watch.
That's actually lower than I thought you were going to give it. So
I was going to go higher, but there's other movies from around that time that I was really big on too. Oliver and Company was really good around that time for me as well. Which is the same. Who is the voice actor for Itchy again?
Dom
Dom
DeLuise.
DeLuise.
Yeah.
So
The
he's
great Dom DeLuise.
He is a great voice actor.
He's a voice actor in Oliver and Company for the old guy that takes care, or the homeless guy that takes care of all the dogs.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Also a frequent Mel Brooks movie guest.
Really?
Yep.
Dom DeLuise.
So yeah, that's where I'm at with it. I think it's still good. I think it still hit home, kind of hitting those memory points. Storyline does bounce around a little bit, and you're kind of like bordering that line between, is this a human world where dogs talk, or is it just like a dog world where they're just like secret society?
I think it had the bones of a good movie,
Yeah.
Could have
but
been.
just
yeah.
fell short in some degrees. Get
Mhm.
rid of the singing, flesh out the characters a little more,
Charlie,
maybe
some
put some
consequences.
consequences in there. Yeah.
So the whole
Just
movie.
Make
Just redo
them
the whole movie.
Well, no.
Try
I mean,
it
yeah, I think so. Redo the whole movie. I think that sounds.
Hey, just not
perfect.
Dom DeLuise, please. Just keep Dom DeLuise in there. In fact, let's make Itchy the protagonist. How about that?
Oh
I
my
would-
gosh.
I'm gonna say this. I don't think Dom DeLuise is alive, so that would be
No, unfortunately.
pretty tough.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So that was All Dogs Go to Heaven.
1989 in movies.
Yeah. Next week we're doing 2019. And
Huge
Casey will
jump.
give you a nice synopsis for the movie. See if you can guess what it is.
So we're gonna watch a nice movie where a man who rides a horse prefers not to get stabbed. So make of that what you will. That will be our movie for next time.
Sounds like a reasonable guy.
Absolutely.
Tune in next week.
Tune in
Minus the
next
horse.
week.
I don't want to get stabbed either. Bye.
Later.
Bye.